were there some pivotal moments or experiences that you had that really significantly shaped your approach to wealth management and yourself as an advisor?
Yeah, there's probably a lot, but I mentioned, and I'm not trying to plug Strategic Coach, but I mentioned the coaching program. I think being around other successful entrepreneurs that weren't necessarily in my business was a pivotal factor for me, especially at a younger age. And, you know, I talked to a lot of advisors that potentially could be a candidate to join us. And it pretty frequently what comes up in conversations with other advisors is, hey, Tom, I've got 15 or 20 years in the business. I'm managing, 50, 70, 80, $100 million. So I've grown a nice business, but I can't really seem to get to that next level. And I'd say, well, what's the next level for you? What is it you want to do? And almost 100% of the time they look at me and they say, well, I want to be like you. I want my business to look like yours. And my response to them is, well, if you've been doing this for 15 or 20 years and you've got, one or two people assisting you and you don't have an associate advisor and you don't have other infrastructure in place to get an awful lot larger, it may be too late. And I think what ends up happening is a lot of advisors want to look like an entrepreneur and be entrepreneurial, but they don't really have that entrepreneurial streak in them where they're willing to reinvest back into the business.
Right.
I think that's one of the biggest things that I've always done is I've always reinvested back into the business. And I mean, and at this point, it's actually something that we track. We track profit margins and we track, when are we in a position to go out and bring on, new team members, or when are we in a position to go and get some, add to our tech deck. And so it's a very well thought out process. And if you don't have that in place and you've been in business 15 or 20 years already, it's going to be very difficult to catch up and try to get there.